So essentially, what brought this album together was, I got to give a big shout out to Illa J, big bro. He plugged me with Jesse, aka Lex. Shout out my guy, based in Canada, man. So he plugged me with him months ago. He sent me a batch, and then what eventually happened is, like, the first batch, we banged some joints out, and I was already in the process of doing like the album with a Piso. Shout out my guy, that's another one of my guys. But time went on, and then we did, he sent another batch, and like a batch of like 40, and like I just banged out a whole bunch, you know, of joints. And essentially, you know, like 12 songs in, he was like, yo, we got a dope project on our hands. Like, you want to press the new button? And I'm like, shit, why not? So, you know, with my guy, man, we did it. And I have to add, you know, him, Illa, and Fauna, you know, she's on the album too, amazing vocalist. She was a big part of this too, Illa. So I kind of got to give my hats off to them for allowing me to do what I do best, man. Heavy pen, for sure. Shout out my boy Jesse. So essentially, feeling. Early on, people didn't get the concept, and I'm sure it's tons of people I gotta enlighten as well. Feeling is just that. It's the feels you get when you turn on Maine Soul. Feeling is when you eat your favorite meal, when you talk to your favorite person in the world. It's a feeling they give you. And essentially, you know, that's what I aim to do with every piece of music I put out. You know, I aim to give you this feeling, this essential feeling. So, you know, feeling is all that and above, man. Love is what it's rooted in. So feeling is very impactful as a brand, clothing brand, art, everything, man. We really have our hands in a lot of things that's coming, and feeling is just that, man. The feels, man, we get when we listen to our favorite songs, man. And I want to be that go-to person for all the people that I represent for.
We spin the block a couple times before we stroll up. Hold up,
Man, that's crazy. So, what got me here? So, to kind of sum it up, essentially, what ended up happening is, at a young age, my dad has done this for 20 years plus. I kind of got it from him, man. Since the womb, listening to Dilla beats. When I came out of the womb, Dilla beats. So to sum it all up, you know, at a young age, I was about 9 or 10, watching 142 MTV Jam. Shout out my Comcast baby. What ended up happening was Dilla, Nothing Like This came on, and I had no idea it was Pop's best friend. I had no idea that it was, you know, Dilla, the dude that we know and love in this day and age. Well, since the start of time, since he came out, but whatever the case may be. What ended up happening is, you know, I asked my mom Dukes who this guy was. She thought I was playing, and I ended up asking my uncle. Well, she told me to ask my uncle. And from that point, you know, he laced me with all the Dilla workings. I fell in love with it. I wanted to be a producer first, actually. Most don't know that. Time went on, you know, I idolized a lot of lyricists. You know, I wanted to flex my pen as well. I wasn't always the best lyricist in the room, but I would most importantly say, you know, me being a student is what got me here. Most importantly, that Dilla influence, Pop doing it, seeing it on a major scale. And look here, man, I haven't stopped, man. I'm here to stay, man. Heavy pen. Man, it's a lot of people I would love to work with. I'm gonna kind of narrow it down. Number one, my guy been on the tear, man. I need that Bodie James situation, man. If Bodie, you hear this, salute. I need parts, man. Let's do a record. Royce the 5'9", definitely legend. I need it. And last but not least, definitely not least, Dwele. I need that Dwele situation, man. Like a lot of people sleep on man's catalog, but boy, man, I advise people to tap in. Dope artist, dope musician. I would love to do something with all these people, man, but I know that comes with hard work, so I'm working to get to that point. So, Maine Soul. So when I started out rapping, you know, started in a group when I got a little older, and I honestly didn't know what my name would be. I just know I wanted to rap. I sat back for a while, and even my dad was on my head about it. I'm like, okay, what do I want to do with my name? How do I want to make people feel? So essentially what I did was, you know, my middle name is Jermaine. I said Maine. Okay, let's start with that. So then I went to, okay, what do I want to do? How do I want to make people feel? And I was like, damn, I want to penetrate people's souls, spirit, so on and so forth. I want to strike niggas' hearts. And I came up with Maine Soul, you know, and at first, once again, Pop, he said, you're not worried about, you know, the old school group Main Source? I said, no, they had their time. You know what I'm saying? They were great in their era. But you know, Maine Soul is a part of this era, so you know, here I am, Maine Soul, man. I wouldn't change it for the world. From my catalog, The Rules, Countdown, and I Can't Lie. Shout out Alex Ziss for helping me out with that record. I've never done a record like that. You know, she kind of gave me the inspiration to bend these opportunities when I get certain beats that's really not up my alley. So, you know, shout out to Alex Ziss, the homie. And those are my 3 favorite out of my catalog. And then 3 off the album, Love Spell, #1, Moment of Uncertainty, and Jaws are my 3 off the album that I absolutely love.
Nighttime reflections, nice vibe I'm gliding on. Underground sound, but I'm beyond surfaces. That's why I'm hard on their ears. Cry real tears when what I prayed on really appears. I'm a fan of myself.
So, you know, without being a long, drawn-out story and overcomplicate things, when it comes to this album, man, it was really a time where, you know, faith is up and down, relationships are up and down. When I'm up, flexing my pen overall, you know, just musically, I wanted to be a certain way. I wanted to show people that I was also going through some shit, as well as I have a heavy pen. So the message I overall want to send is people go through shit, don't be afraid to go through shit, and essentially, man, be unapologetically you. You see what I'm saying? That's what this album did for me, showed that I'm going to be unapologetically me. So the message is, be you, you know, heavy pen, man, be you, man. Don't let these niggas phase you. People phase you. Top 3 favorite albums, sheesh. In no specific order, I'm going to go to Paper Butterfly, Graduation, 4 Hills Drive. That's right now in the midst of this. But to expound on that, To Paper Butterfly, I feel like really was something different for the time. I love jazz music, and I feel like he merged his sound with jazz, and the overall story arc of that album is amazing. Graduation, do I need to say any more? Let's not add. He kind of smoked 50. Sorry. And then For Your Eyes Only, I feel like that's something that I could have did. I feel like, not to step on them like that, but you know, I feel like that's something that was a personal situation. I love the personal albums. It's just an overall dope project, man. It's my personal. These are my personal. Man, so what would I tell myself? Okay, so year 1 doing this, man, I expected things to be a layup. I swore I was the dopest dude around. On the flip side, insecure about certain things, was really biting off more than I could chew at that age. Long ago I was in there. What I would tell myself now that I know, like, shit come as it's supposed to. You know, I don't know if I could have handled the relationships I have now back then. Immaturity, gaining maturity. But I will ultimately tell my younger self trying to do this, chase this dream, man, be patient, grow. Relationships are everything. And at the bottom of all this shit, man, love what you do, because that's what's gonna make sure that, you know, you see through it the next time. Because this is what we love to do, man. Whatever your dream is, man, just go for it. So, young soul, man, keep at it. You got it. And eventually, that Grammy coming, that BET award coming, all the things you wish and pray on and that you feel you deserve is coming. It's just divine timing. So just be patient. And love the shit you do. To be real, I've dealt with the whole falling on deaf ears situation, and I feel like I've handled that well. You know, with every project I see progression, and that's how I see fit to move. You know, I feel like ultimately people just have to catch up, man. You know, this day and age, there's a lot of sheep, you know, and I feel like the ones that do tap in are the thinkers, the free thinkers, the ones that are realistic. So it doesn't validate me that, you know, if it invalidate me, I should say, if it fell on deaf ears. What I would say is catch up when you can, you know, catch up when you can. And I just want to let people know that it's a dope project, man. Whether you listen to this type or not, you know, if you listen to the words, it's definitely a thing for you, for sure. I say the love ad-lib a lot, essentially because, you know, that's where I come from, man. My great grandmother taught me through actions what love really is, man, unconditional love. So, you know, I feel like everybody seeks out love in whatever way they see fit. You know, and through music, I want people to know that, you know, I practically want to hug people through my music and let them know they ain't by themselves. When I say love, obviously it's a dope ad-lib. It's me, 100%. But, you know, when I say it, I really mean it. I ain't just using it as an ad-lib. You know, when I fit it in there, it's essential that I say it. So, yeah, that's that. And my top 5 of all time and my personal top 5, I'm going to do the personal top 5 first. Currently, right now, what wave I'm on, no specific order. I'm going to do Westside Gunn, Bodie James, Cole, Kendrick, and Jay-Z, man. These are dudes I tap into when I'm on my off time, when I'm not writing and creating. These are dudes I know that keep me sharp and I can always go back to and learn something. And I have to add, Royce is in there too. With being technical, line for line, how you bounce from line to line. But of all time, my top 5 is Jay, Kendrick, Cole, Kanye for sure. And I gotta go Drake, you know, no specific order. But these are, you know, guys that have stood the test of time. And there's plenty others that stood the test of time, but this is just my personal top 5 of all time. But these guys have proven, man, they shift the culture. And I aim, and I know I'm going to be, you know, one of those that sneak into the top 5 before you know it.
That's live. Tell me lies, it seems to me I don't know what the truth is. Do I got proof? Yeah. Look how I was raised, the truth. Yeah, I went.
Essentially a Grammy. A couple albums ago, I had a song called Grammy Dreams. Although a lot of major artists say fuck the Grammys, they mean nothing, the culture isn't picking, and so on and so forth, I have yet to experience to even be in that conversation. So for me, I only can speak for me and what I aspire to obtain. So, you know, when it comes to a Grammy, when I recorded that song, that was an actual dream of the whole day, how it goes. I can't lie. The Grammy is a dream of mine. You know, it's something I want to at least feel and touch. And then I'll be the judge that, you know, was it well deserved? Was it however, you know, other people speak on it? But essentially, man, that Grammy is a thing for me. You know, I need that gold thing in my crib. You know, it doesn't validate me. It's just something I'm willing to accomplish and go hard for, you know, so definitely. So essentially, my routine for how I record is basically, you know, I get a batch from whoever, you know, my guys. Shout out Piso, Dave Laniers, Waxy, you see what I'm saying? Even Alex Zish, she produced too. But I get a batch, I listen to it, you see what I'm saying? I vibe with it for about an hour or two just to get the feel, and then I instantly go into writing mode. And a lot of times, if I love the beat enough, it'll stick inside my head and I can write without even hearing the beat. You know, I write almost every day, whether it gets placed on the beat or not, you know, just to perfect the craft. You see what I'm saying? To keep that pen heavy. Yeah, just writing every day, man. So my process is listen to the beat for about an hour. It's on loop, right? And I gotta have my water next to me and/or tea, and my hookah fired up, man. I gotta have a hookah in the session, man. So that's about it. I grew up currently on the block, 7 Mile and Mound, Mount Elliott, St. Louis. Born and raised here in the city, Detroit, East Side. I wouldn't have had it any other way, man. From riding bikes up and down the street, chasing the ice cream, man, manhunt. Went from childhood to manhood here, man, on these blocks, man. And wouldn't have it no other way, man. And to add to that, you know, to add to how I got started, right here next to me, you know, is actually the crib I watched Frank, one half of Frankadank, which is my dad's group, use the NPC like crazy. You know, I didn't have the necessary time, or he didn't have the necessary time to teach me, but he allowed me to really watch and see how the NPC is used. I seen my Uncle Pooh, man, Fruity Loops, Mixcraft, any software producing period is where we got this from, where I got the sauce from. And seen countless amount of acts come through here and watch them just spit. And that's where my admiration for wanting to be sharp where my pen came from. You know, it's not often you get people that are willing to be students. So at an early age, I was a student and wasn't ashamed to be a student. That's why I stayed in the books, meaning I stayed around the Jedis of this shit, man. I stayed asking questions. So yeah, man, that's my upbringing. I'm from the city. You see what I'm saying? I love being on the block. And yeah, it's really where I started. My favorite 2 albums, it's tough because all of them my babies. I have to say, Conflicted Waters, #1, man. amazing. I think that's one of my best bodies of work. And then Come and Save the Day, Heavy Pen is coming right neck and neck with it, man. Those are two albums that I hold near and dear to me because I was able to project exactly what I was feeling. So yeah, man, those are my two favorite albums. So currently, me and my partner, we are cultivating some art shit right now. NFTs on the way, so on and so forth. We're building that. Lucky Maine is the official art project that we got going. Culinary student, man. I got a mean wrist. Whether that be writing the artist's favorite song or shit in the kitchen, man. I got a mean wrist, so I could do both. And as of lately, you know, I've been getting in the gym, man. Don't look like it right now, but shit, your boy in the gym, man, trying to get that healthy lifestyle going. Humongous hookah head, man. I ain't got no plans of kicking it. I don't care what you say at all. Yeah, man.
You put trust in the motherfucker just for him to lie. You put love in the motherfucker just to run your drive. Communication not to be heard, stripped of all ego and pride.
What do I prefer, white liquor or dark liquor? I'm not a drinker per se, but if I had to pick, I'm going with the dark, man. You see the melanin in my boy? I ain't gonna stop playing, but I'm going dark, man. To mix with it, I need that cream soda. Please do not knock it until you try it. I need the cream soda with the dark, man, for sure. And if I do dark, I'm either doing that Ciroc brandy. Don't sleep on it until you try it, or another good Henny. You see what I'm saying? You can't go wrong with that. Can't go wrong with that at all. My Dukes make a mean oxtail, rice and gravy, green bean plate. I need it all the time, at least once a month. My Dukes gotta cook that. Nachos is essential in my household. I have to have them, no other way. And you can't beat a good 10-piece wing, lemon pepper, man. Shout out Ross, man. You can't beat it, you see what I'm saying? Those are three essentials for Maine Soul, man. Those are essential for Maine Soul, dog, for sure. So, being from the city, Cartier is obviously a thing, you know. Do they mean something specifically to me? A smidget, I can't lie to you. But to be real, you know, you don't have to have them to be saucy. You see what I'm saying? It's just a staple in the city. So, you know, we the home of that. We represent that type of culture. And I am that culture, you see what I'm saying? Most common question, do I smoke weed? Maine Soul does not smoke weed. Maine Soul does not smoke weed. Maine Soul smokes straight shisha hookah, man. That's what Maine Soul smokes. So for all those that constant question, that's what Maine Soul smokes. Okay. So if there's anybody I would like to work with, new and old, I would have to say new. They not really new, but I need a Tyler collab. I need that. I need a Tyler collab. Old, dead or alive, let's just miss that. I'm going Dilla, man. I need the whole EP. Man, I need that. But if we going like overall just rapper wise, older, fuck it. I'm gonna just stick with the Dilla and I'm gonna stick with Tyler right now, for sure. Maine Soul's favorite shoe. It is definitely a cult following behind my favorite shoe. It is the Olive Jordan 9. I feel like it's the best shoe ever created. Fuck a all white. The Olive 9 is impeccable, man. Also, you might see one of my favorite brands, Carhartt. Can't knock it at all. Goes with everything. Carhartt is definitely someone I would love to collab with. Also, I just love putting on Carhartt gear, man, for sure. Me personally, if I'm scrolling late at night, I'm going with the TikTok situation, but I'm on Instagram most of the time. Say less. Twitter, but Instagram is for sure more of the time. Both. Why not? You see what I'm saying? Both take care of me. Both platforms hold my music, man. Wherever you go listen to your music at, that's what I'm with. Say less. What city do I see myself retiring in and why? So, I'm not a person of change. So if I had to move out of state, well really this is out of the country, I'm going to Toronto. You know, my pop's there, my little brother there, stepmom there. I'm going to Toronto. And why? Because it's similar to Detroit. And then two, the culture there is something new to me that I can kind of enjoy, and I've been a couple times, well more than a few times. It's my reason being of going. So family, as well as the good experiences I had, and just overall similar to Detroit with a New York feel, if that makes any sense.
You dropped to roll off my back, unwise, but what I thought was darkness, I was just closing my eyes, scared of what's to come, so I embraced my own demise. To my surprise, I found better when I reached inside. Was crazy where I met you, I should've left your ass. Guy got off, but I gotta give the big man a pass. And I can't spaz, it's a learned lesson. Be mindful of the ones you picking, cause these love spells are real weapon. Love spell. Baby, this ain't no feelings, this a love spell.